So, what if you could create the ultimate dog by, going right back to the source? I'm talking about its wild origins. Today, we are diving into the absolutely incredible story of a dog breed that wasn't just bred, it was literally engineered. And it all started with a powerful wild wolf as part of a really fascinating experiment.
Okay, take a good, hard look at this animal. What's your gut feeling? Is this a loyal companion you'd have in your home, or a wild hunter that belongs in the deep forest? Trust me, the answer is not as simple as you might think.
While the big reveal is, it's a bit of both. This right here is the Czechoslovakian Wolfdog. It's this one-of-a-kind breed that was born from a biological experiment that crossed wild Carpathian wolves with some of the most highly trained German Shepherds around.
And here's the part that'll blow your mind. The entire genetic foundation of this breed, and I mean every single Czechoslovakian wolfdog alive today, can be traced back to just 4 individual wolves. These 4 are the pillars that the entire breed was built on.
So let's meet them. These are the 4 legendary founders we're going to get to know. We're going to start with Britta, the powerful matriarch who kicked it all off, and then we'll meet the 3 wolves who followed in her paw prints.
Right, our story has to begin with Britta. She was the very first wolf in this whole project, a brave matriarch whose contribution really started this entire incredible journey. Mark this date down, because this is the day everything changed. May 26, 1958. This is when Britta gave birth to the very first litter of wolfdog hybrids, creating a lineage that had never, ever existed before.
What's just incredible is how much wolf was in those first puppies. I mean, they looked almost exactly like their mother, and they had that natural shyness and suspicion of a wild animal. She was paired with a German Shepherd named Caesar, and together they set the genetic template for this whole new breed.
All right, after Britta laid the groundwork, it's time to move on to the next 2 pillars, Argo and Sharek. These 2 male wolves were brought in a bit later, and each of them played a really distinct and absolutely crucial role in shaping the future of the breed.
So, these 2 wolves had totally unique missions. In 1968, you had Argo. He was basically the scientific proof of concept. He proved that a male wolf could successfully mate with a female dog, which was a huge deal. Then, a few years later, in '74, Sharek was brought in for an equally vital job, to expand the gene pool. His new bloodline was essential to make sure the breed would be healthy and strong for generations to come.
And that brings us to our 4th and final pillar, a she-wolf by the name of Legdi. Her introduction really marked the end of an era for this entire experiment.
You see, by 1983, the scientists running the experiment basically said, okay, we've got what we need. After Lagedi's litter was born, they closed the book on adding any more new wolf genetics into the mix. The whole project's focus was about to shift from creation to refinement.
Legi's job was to be the final piece of this wild genetic puzzle. Her puppies with the German Shepherd Bojar were the last of the first-generation hybrids. With her contribution, the era of the 4 wolf pillars was officially over, and the next phase, developing a truly stable breed, could finally begin.
So we've met the 4 founders, but the big question is, what did they actually pass on to their descendants? Let's take a look at the incredible, almost superhuman traits that came directly from their wolf ancestors.
Okay, get a load of this number. 3 to 4 hours. That's it. Any guesses what that could possibly be? Well, that's the time it takes for a Czechoslovakian wolfdog to recover from being completely exhausted and be ready to go again. Just a few hours.
This is just phenomenal, isn't it? A top-tier working dog like a German Shepherd needs 10, maybe 12 hours to fully bounce back. But the wolfdog, thanks to its wild heritage, does it in a third of the time. That is pure, raw wolf stamina right there.
And it is not just the stamina. Nope. These dogs inherited a whole suite of abilities straight from the wild. We're talking superior night vision, an almost supernatural sense of direction, and of course, they don't really bark. They prefer that haunting, beautiful way of communicating that their ancestors used, the howl.
So, the journey from a biological experiment to an official dog breed, it was a long one. From that very first litter of shy pups back in 1958, it took decades of really careful breeding. By 1982, it was finally recognized as a national breed. And then in 1999, the Czechoslovakian Wolfdog officially took its rightful place on the world stage.
And all of this leaves us with one last, really fascinating question. When you look at this animal, this living legacy of Britta, Argo, Sharek, and Lady, what truly defines it? Is it the ancient, hardwired instinct of the wolf? Or is it the devoted, unwavering loyalty of the dog? Maybe the real answer is that it's something beautifully new, something forged from the very best of both worlds.